Hey there, starlings. Welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jess from Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. Lots of cars going by now. For those of you who've never been here before, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. For those of you who are returning, thanks for coming back. All right, guys. So, we're gonna look into the week. What's going on for this week? What we need to be cognizant of. I'm hearing anything goes, okay? We do have the full moon in Libra this week, April 5th at 16 degrees of Libra, so see where your Libra is. I was doing my astrology stuff for this week and jotting down notes and getting some information from my guides, and it's, I know for me it's gonna be something, so I don't know if I'm shaking the table or not, but anyway, maybe. Look where 16 degrees of Libra is in your chart, guys. And it's right before a total solar eclipse. If you're interested about what's going to happen with astrology, talk about that a little later. But let's get into what is going on for this week. Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Family, Pleiadian, Sirians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, your clarity. What do we need to prepare for is what they're asking me to say. I put some incense out here, guys, and it smells glorious. And it also keeps the mosquitoes away. I am so prone to mosquitoes biting me. I can have my whole family here right now. They always come after me. It's been a thing. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Oh, I like this energy. Okay. Six of Pentacles, all right, with the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. As usual, I always get two different groups. Be honest with yourself in your situation. This is guidance, guys. This is what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, all right? So what's happening here is, for part of you, some of you, all right, you're gonna get a gift. There's a blessing coming in with this Four of Cups. You don't see it coming. Things haven't been magical in your life, right? It's been like, yeah, okay, I'm just going through the motions. Everything's like, I don't really see anything going on. And you could be disappointed, discouraged. You may be sitting there like, oh, man, like, when is it going to happen, God? When is this going to magically appear? But God's like, you have no idea what's behind you. And what's hilarious, okay, I'm getting something really crazy here. If you guys have watched my weeklies before, I usually sit with my back against the wall. And if you can see right here, okay, there is that other part that I usually sit, and they're like, no, Jess, sit the other way. My car is behind me. I have palm trees behind me, right? It's a beautiful view. They said, no, turn it the other way. And now I know why, because it's like, you don't see what's behind you, Jess. So I'm getting a weird vibe of something like creeping up behind me as I'm doing this, but there's some energy about, yeah, my car is back there. Maybe there's something that has to do with my car, but there's something you're not seeing. Okay, the opportunity is there. You just don't see it. But the thing is, you've got to get out of this energy like nothing is happening, because things are going on behind the scenes you don't know anything about. All right, this is a blessing. It's coming from God. It's the Ace of Cups. It could be a job offer that's just like, oh my God, I can't believe it. It's my dream job. It could be somebody offering you their cup of love, or the outpouring of emotions. It's like floodgates are opening up and they're saying all these things that they were hiding back from you. It could be you're finally in a state of peace. You're finally in the flow of things. You get this intuitive hit and it's like, oh my God, this is what I should be doing. Okay, this is what God is bringing us this week. But remember, you can't be sitting there being all despondent and being like, life sucks and life is like blah, blah, blah. Nothing ever happens to me. Guess what? Things will continue to not happen for you if you continue to just sit there with a pouty face thinking that, like, whatever. It's just like this guy sitting right here. Like, okay, yeah, whatever. I can't do anything about it. Bullshit, okay? If you're thinking you can't do anything about it, and I was talking about this in my mobile app to those who are signed up for Capella Wellness, okay? You can get free guidance from me, a little smidgen of stuff, if you download my free mobile app, no cost to you. I don't harass you either, but I do give some sort of insight. This is hilarious because I just literally posted a notification announcement on my free mobile app to those who were signed up for it. And I talked about, I said, have a stellar week, everyone. But remember, you either make it so or you don't. You bring the magic into your life. Other people don't. It's all up to you, okay? You have to be the one to create the magic in your life. If things are shitty right now, if you're not happy, because this is discouragement. This guy doesn't look happy, does he? Nope. You can change that around. It's all up to you. You choose to be happy or you don't. There's a little bit of depression here too, okay? Some of you may be experiencing depression and may be heightened this week because of the transits, okay? That's my uncle's old car actually that my dad sold to a neighbor. But anyway, I'm feeling my dear old uncle, Uncle Ed is here. Thanks, Uncle Ed. So he passed on in 2015. So if you're wanting things to balance out in your life, guys, you gotta change your vibration. You gotta seize the day. You gotta do something about it, okay? You can't be sitting there waiting for the shoe to drop and thinking, okay, well, I don't feel happy. Like nothing is exciting in my life. Like there's also something with health here, okay? Or you just like, it's almost being in this Debbie Downer energy because you're one cup away from the 5 of Cups, right? From complete depression and going into the abyss and sorrowful and sadness. This is like one step away from that. Some of you want love in your life. Some of you may be dating or you're in these jobs and it's like, it's not fulfilling. I don't like this. Why are you in it? Why are you still continuing to engage in whatever this is? You have a choice. The opportunity is there for the taking. Why not take it? Or if you can't see the opportunity, you know you have a choice to leave. Whatever is causing this poopy pants energy. Choose. The choice is yours, guys. You choose happiness or you don't. You're thinking, oh, if I have money, I'll feel better. If I have love in my life, I'm going to feel better. If I have that dream house, I have that car, I have this whatever, I'm going to feel better. No, you're not. You got to find the joy within yourself first before that happens. So there's something about unequal give and take that some of you guys are experiencing. I'm tired of putting in everything into this relationship, into this job, into this thing. This is like for me, for Pentacles, I was going through this in my job. I was like, why isn't anything changing for me? I'm doing my part. I'm being innovative. I'm going outside of the box. I'm a go-getter at my job. And it would always not turn out the way that I would expect. And God was like, well, Jess, either you do something about it or you don't. And when I was getting those hits to leave that job, even though I was leaving a super nice salary, and the friends that I made there, the life that I had there, God's like, you know that's not where your happiness, is, Jess. I was being undervalued, being underappreciated. This is what the shadow side of this, guys, is. Relationships and my job. It was like a freaking clusterfuck of things where, what gives, God? Like, I keep being disappointed. I wasn't in alignment with what it is that was making me happy. And God said, you're pulling out of everything. I stopped dating. I left my career, 17 and a half years as a systems engineer. And I was a badass at it, but it wasn't for me anymore, right? I had to start giving to myself. I was giving so much of myself to other people, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Full moon in Libra, April 5th, balance. Things are coming into balance, but you've got to be the one to get into alignment with that balance. I can tell you all day, every day, oh, peace is going to be brought to your life. You're going to reconcile with this person. Things are going to work out in your favor. But are you in alignment with it? When things are working out in your favor, you're not this. You're not sitting there being all like, disgruntled. How is that aligned with what it is that you're trying to bring in with this blessing that's behind you? Alignment is everything, everybody. Alignment is everything. And this is why this is coming up, because, the worthiness. This is why I wore this shirt today. You are worthy of wonderful, beautiful things. You are worthy of bliss, of happiness, of pure joy and contentment, which is what the Ace of Cups brings. But you've got to be the one to seize the day and to go after that. You got to be the one to determine, okay, what really is going to light my fire? What really is going to bring this great happiness into my life? I have to pursue it, okay? But I also have to be grateful for the things, the 3 cups that God gave me already, and not be like, whatever, God, that's not what I wanted. Some of you are in that energy, right? There's a little bit of greediness here. I don't have the money. I don't have the relationship. But God, that's not what I wanted. I didn't want that. I wanted that promotion. I didn't want this small bonus. I wanted that relationship. I didn't want to be dating and then I'm dealing with the same shit every day. You've got to understand what God is bringing you here. It's a bigger blessing than anything you could imagine. But when you are sitting there like, it's not what I wanted, God. Again, disgruntled employee, disgruntled in your relationships. Think about this. What is it that you are not seeing? Do you really think whatever that is, that promotion, that job, that relationship, is really going to make you happy? You're not in alignment with what it is that you want, because some of you, you're in this, whatever, this sucks, I'm not getting what I want. God gives you what you need, not what you want. And sure, we desire things, but we need to be in alignment. And God brings us these things where it's like, that's not what I was expecting, God. But if you change your perception, if you start to look at the bigger picture, okay? God's getting you to be in a state of peace, bliss, and pure contentment. The Ace of Cups, being in the flow. When you are in that, you have everything working for you, because you are at this highest vibration. The agape love is coming here with this Ace of Cups. That frequency, the highest frequency of all. For some of you who watched my members only lives, I think it was last week I said this. And it hit me so hard that I cried about it in the middle of the reading. I got pretty emotional because God lit this light bulb off. And he was telling me, Jess, I was getting you to a state of complete bliss and happiness in yourself, in your life. And when you have that, that is way worth more than gold, okay? What do you think is worthy in your life? What do you think is of value, okay? That's like Taurus energy. And Venus is in Taurus right now. What are you going to be looking at here? But you also have to understand that you are worthy of these things. But you got to look at it differently and say, okay, I'm disappointed. This is not what I expected. That's not what I wanted. But I need to be grateful for the things that I have instead of what I don't have. Pray for the problems that you don't have, guys. And this applies to me too, because sometimes I'm like, man, God, I'm putting in all this time and effort. I'm doing all these things. It's like, why in my job, in my relationships, God's like, get out of that, Jess. You got to get back and you got to get into alignment. But when you have this bliss and contentment in your life and everything's just flowing to you, I had another miracle happen to me last week that I can't talk about. Either I won't be able to talk about it or I can't talk about it yet. Because some people, I'm feeling it. They're already telling me, some people are going to be jealous about it. You don't want that energy around you. But with that Ace of Cups, I'm trusting my intuition. I'm staying in a state of peace and being contentment. So it's like, okay, God, it's not what I wanted, but I know you're going to make it work out. And he did last week, and he keeps doing it again and again and again, which gives me a lot more hope and faith that what it is that I'm desiring will come to pass. Because every time something doesn't go the way that I thought it would, I'm like, it's not what I was praying for, but it's actually getting me to what I really, really desire. And it's getting me into the energy to allow that to happen. Okay? You may think you're getting crumbs or something from God, but you're really not. Again, be grateful for the problems you don't have. You could be in a way worse situation than what you are in now. You've got people with no food to eat, right? It's like freaking Michael Jackson's coming through. He's one of my spirit guides. If you're able to watch this, you should be blessed, because you're probably watching it on your lunch break, or on a walk, or on your couch, or on a horse. That sounds weird. At the beach, in your backyard. You're smoking a cigarette, or you're drinking your tea, or you're having your beer, or whatever it is. Do you understand that you're actually being given guidance here? Maybe that's what you should be grateful for. Because again, it goes with what I said before. You're getting what you need as opposed to what you want. This is what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, to get you into alignment. That's, again, tarot can be dangerous in that, because the cards do not lie. But when I channel, I am not going to be the cookie cutter reader here. Intuitive. Teacher. I teach. I don't foretell. There are beautiful things coming for those of you who are in alignment. That's what this is talking about. Material, wealth, resources, provisions, money, assistance, support is coming to you in magical ways. Because even though you were like, that's not really, I wasn't hoping for that, God, but okay. Let me just be appreciative. And I do this every morning. And sometimes I had a conversation with God last week and I was frustrated. This is also frustration. God, I'm being obedient. I'm doing what you called me to do. And I'm tired, I'm weary. This is what this is too. And I will get to that place, but then it's like, then I feel like a sense of peace when I let that out, when I pray to God about it. I go to God for everything first. And if he tells me to go to other people for support, I will do that. But God's like, I hear you, Jess, I know, and I see. I see what you're putting into the universe. I see what you are doing. But know that I'm giving you something bigger and better than what you think you want. That is the Ace of Cups. And then I really realized, it's like, you know what, God? I'm in a state of peace. I'm not in a war-torn country. I still have a roof over my head, even though living with my parents. And trust me, some of you know I did not want to come here. I'm like, what is going on, God? I did not ask for that. And God's like, well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You don't see what I see. And after what happened last week, it's like I went back to that time when I left my job. I said, God, I don't know what's going to happen with the money here. I don't know what's going to go forward, but my God, and I give God all the glory, because what he did for me last week, and I swear to you, there was divine intervention in the middle of a conversation I had with someone who made that miracle happen. It's like, holy shit balls. And I was patient. And I was talking to this person. I was like, I was not going to get into this. I wasn't going to get greedy and be all angry, whatever, when I'm having this conversation about what it was that I had to talk to this person about. And then I asked some questions, and then blam, the miracle unfolded right then and there when the lady said, wait a minute, I see something here. And I said, what? And she said, yes. And I know I'm being very cryptic, but that's because I cannot talk about what happened. At some point, I will be able to, but I'm saying this because, and I will say it had to do with money. That's all I'm going to say. It magically worked out for me when at the beginning of the phone call, it was not really looking like, okay, this is better than what I thought. I'll have to just, okay, I'm good with it. Okay, I'm not going to curse anybody out. But my God, what he did when the moment this lady said, wait a minute, there's something different here. I looked at this wrong. When you're grateful, even when you're not given the upper hand, when you're grateful, when you are thanking God anyway, because you know it could be way worse, watch what he does in your life. Again, how is God going to give you what you're really desiring when you're not grateful for what it is that you already have? And this also talks about whatever guidance you're comes through with me, or whatever other guidance you're getting from other people, okay? Because I know what I do is not easy for some people to hear. But I'm not here to tickle your feet here with a unicorn horn on my head. That's not my purpose. But when you start to realize these things, and you're like, okay, well, I got to put in the work. I got to get myself out of this despondent energy, this like disgruntled energy. That's low vibrational. It does not attract the things that your heart is desiring here, okay? You're being undervalued. You're being underpaid. You're being greedy about something. Watch the energy when you're like, that's not what I wanted. I want more of this. I want to have all of this, and this is not what you gave me. That's because what you think it is that you're asking for is going to be the best thing in your life. No, it's not. God's trying to get you peace and complete happiness in your life, and when you get there, that's when you attract the overflow of abundance. It will come to you. Those miracles will come to you. Those things that just pop out of nowhere. It's like, what just happened? They come to you when you are in the flow and you are in alignment with it. Just trust in what God has for you. You're not going to know what that is because he doesn't want you to know. He wants to give like that tower energy, the shock and awe, say, oh, you were asking for this, but look what I did. Look, it's at the fucking top of the deck. It's the freaking 10 of Pentacles. And I know some of you who watched my live the other week, you're wanting to have it all. But you just don't know what having it all means. It is bigger than that. That's what God wants for all of us, but it's a matter of being in alignment and giving to ourselves. Stop giving so much of yourself. This energy keeps coming up. And stop being greedy. Stop focusing so much on yourself and I want this and I want that. That's Aries energy. That's shadow Aries. This is not me, guys. It's not. Be careful with the overconfidence and the overpride, because you will have the pride before the fall. This is not about you. It's about the collective. So whatever this is, let it go. You do you. You choose your own happiness. You choose what it is you want in life. And you're like, yeah, but I want this and I want that. But think about it again. Ask yourself, why do you really want what you want? Is that really going to make it better for you? It may be coming from a sense of selfishness here. I'm going to call it as I feel it. Look what's underneath the Four of Cups, the Fool. Expect the unexpected. But this is also you following your heart. That Ace of Cups, what is your intuition telling you? What does your heart really, really, really want? Do you want more peace in your life? Do you want better health? Do you want more harmonious, loving relationships where there's like equal give and take and people support you and you support them? And support's a big thing, guys, because when I was meditating this morning, I was remembering about what I really needed in a relationship. I wanted the romance, I wanted to have somebody there, but I wasn't getting this at all. Not from my job and not from my relationships. I was so undervalued and so unappreciated, it wasn't even fucking funny. I'm like, God, why does that keep happening? I wasn't giving to myself. I wasn't in a state of bliss. I didn't find my own happiness. I didn't find my whole grail. My cup was empty. Some of you keep emptying out your cup, and I've said this before, to the point where you have no cup to give from. It's like you get a cup and you give the cup away. It's not just the water coming out of it, metaphorically speaking. It's the cup. Here, have the cup too. No, guys, no, that does not put you in alignment. Some of you need to stop enabling people or stop enabling something. And if you're not putting in the work, you're not putting in things without expecting something in return, don't expect anything. What? What do you need to do, Mom? Mom. I told her I was going to be out here. I think she was going to water the plants. She could have done it. It's fine. See, I got pulled out. I gotta get sucked back in. Okay. Shit. See what happens? The devil's like, oh, let me have my mom interrupted. No. So, dag damn it. What you put in is what you get back. And when you're not putting in what you think is of value, what you think you are worth, don't expect that back. And for those of you who've been putting in the time and effort, you've been giving charity bills, donations, you've been helping people out, you have been working laboriously on something, but you're also finding a balance between work and play, right? You're not sitting there in this like huffy puffy, disgruntled Four Cups energy. You're starting, even though it's not what you wanted, and like, I wasn't expecting that, God, okay, but let me make do with it. Let me make it magical. Let me go find the things. There's the silver lining. There's the silver lining. Oh yeah, it's an opportunity for me to be at peace, and it's an opportunity for me to be really happy. It's an opportunity for me to do what I really want to do in life, to have those things that I'm really, really, really needing instead of what I'm wanting. For those of you who've been doing that and you're like, okay, God, I see the value in this. I see why you put me here. I'm grateful. Even though it's not what I wanted, I'm still grateful because I still have my health. I'm still able to make my powerhouse breakfast every morning. And I'm so grateful for that. And I even, you know what was a plus when I moved to my parents' house? I get to have a backyard now, because the house that I was living in after I got divorced, I had no backyard. I didn't really have a front yard either. I love being outside. I need to be out in nature, right? This is why they had me do these readings out here every once in a while when I'm not on my altar inside the house. I'm closer to God when I do this. This is why I channel the shit out of these readings, because I'm around nature more so than inside a man-made building. And so closer to the energies that may be interfering with my channeling. So I sit out there and I have my breakfast. I mean, it's a powerhouse breakfast. I know some of you have seen it. I have that every morning with my organic omelet with vegetables and my turkey bacon and my fruit medley. Strawberries, blueberries, pineapple, or cantaloupe, whatever I have. My water, my tea, my palm trees, the pool, the birds, the lizards that come to visit me, the butterflies that fly around, the iguanas that show up. It's like a smorgasbord of bliss that is not necessarily handed to you on a silver platter. It's handed to you by God, which is what this Ace of Cups is. This is not something physical, it's something in the 5D realm. It's more of the emotion here. And I sit there having my breakfast. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm not in my own house yet. I had to move back here, back home. But look what I've gained. What have you gained, guys, from those things that you think you have lost? And I'm so at peace when I'm sitting out there in the backyard, surrounded by nature. And I love wondering what animals are going to show up, what birds, like blue jays show up out of nowhere. And when the iguanas show up, that's like fascinating for me because I like animals. And I'm just watching the trees and the breeze. And it's just bliss. And a complete sense of peace. And so many people don't have that in life, to be able to sit there and enjoy the breakfast, enjoy the tea, because I have tea afterwards, enjoy the environment around them, and just marvel at it. Some of you are not having that in your life, and you're being called to have more of that. That's what the Ace of Cups brings. There's fulfillment right there. And as I said, yeah, but look what I got out of moving to my parents' house, this amazing backyard, and eating my breakfast out there and having my tea every day. And I'm so grateful to still have those meals and my tea every day. That's what I need. I wanted to be able to have the means to move to my own house, to relocate on my own, but that's not what God has planned for me. He's got something way better. It's bigger than the Ten of Pentacles. This is bigger than Ten of Pentacles. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than what you could ever imagine. Because even the tarot is limited, guys. What God's blessings have for you, they cannot be put into 78 cards. This is bigger than having it all and having everything you could ever want. And some of you are like, how is that even possible? But that's where the God makes it possible comes in. And some of you are getting this. Some of you are coming into union with your person. Someone is realizing, I can't sit here thinking I missed out on an opportunity to do right by the person who I took advantage of, who I took for granted, who I gave crumbs to, who I gave very little to. Someone's like, they're not happy with how they treated you in the past. They're not happy with what happened between the two of you. They're seeing you probably struggle because this person is more well off than these people. But this person has all the money in the world to give them coins, yet he's giving them crumbs. When God sees this, he strips the wealth from those people. He strips other things from those people. I gave it to you. Everything you get comes from God. Even the salary that you make at your job. Even the house that you have, the car that you have, or whatever it is that you have. It didn't come from the bank account. It didn't come from, your career. It came from God. He gave you the skills for that job. He put you in that place. And when he takes that away, he's getting you to realize what is really important in life. And he takes that away to give you something bigger than the Ten of Pentacles. But it starts with you understanding about the law of reciprocity. What you put in is what you get back. But remember, you're not putting in something to expect something in return. There's also something you're being guided to be more charitable, to help people out who are less fortunate than you, when you have the means to do it. I keep getting another energy. This is coming up again, because didn't you guys get the Six of Pentacles in reverse last week? Yeah, you did. And it's still showing up. The full moon in Leo is going to do some ass kicking to bring balance to things, to make things fair. And for those of you who have not been given to those, especially there's something about getting things for free. It's coming up again. Watch it, because that full moon in Libra is going to flip things around for some of you. If you've been guided to give without expecting anything in return, to stop asking for things for free, it's gonna be karmic, because Libra is justice. That is karmic energy. Karmic balance, karmic justice. God is coming in to do the righteous and just thing, because some of you haven't been following that principle. You can't control what we're about to come into at the end of the week, especially with this full moon in Libra. Right before eclipse season. That full energy. The rug will be pulled from underneath you. Expect the unexpected. You're going to be catapulted into something. Holy shit, what happened here? Okay? And you can't avoid it. You can't hold yourself back from it. You can't like pretend that, oh, okay, I can get myself out of this. Nope. But there is some of you from last week, you flipped it around. But again, you've got to continue to be in a grateful state. God is not going to bless you with more if you're not grateful with what those 3 cups are in front of you already. It doesn't make any sense. It's like you keep giving a child ice cream and toys and things like that. Not understanding, well, you're going to have to earn that, or you're going to have to like be appreciative. No, I want more. You got to give me more. And then you're enabling that child. Look what you're doing. This could be literal for some of you or metaphorical. You're creating, you're raising a spoiled brat. You can even be dealing with your relationships. Okay? Someone who keeps taking advantage of you, and you keep taking it. They've got to the point where I can't do shit. I'm just sitting in my rocking chair because so-and-so is going to do it for me. I'm living the life because I don't need to do anything because somebody is going to do it for me. Nope. Take back control. You do not have to do everything for everybody. When you do that, you're out of balance. When you do that, more people take advantage of you. When you do that, you get this. So disgruntled and despondent and disappointed and just like discontent. And in that energy, without that happiness, how are you going to attract more happiness into your life? It's equal give and take. It's the law of reciprocity. Your energies that get sent out there are going to be returned right back to you. When you overgive, what is there to take? Again, you're giving the cup away instead of just pouring from an empty cup. Some of you don't have the cup anymore. God's like, I'm giving you the cup. Stop giving it away. But again, there's big blessings here. Somebody's like, I'm tired of like not doing something for those less fortunate people. I'm tired of not giving back to this person who's given to me so much. I'm going to take that leap of faith. I'm just going to go do what God's calling me to do. I'm not going to believe that I miss an opportunity. It's never too late. God always gives us chances. And when he says to go, we listen and we go. whether we know what's gonna happen or not. That's the energy of the Fool. It's the fearlessness. I don't know what's ahead of me. I don't know what's gonna happen when I jump off this cliff, but I'm trusting in God. I'm having faith that it's gonna work out. Because if God told you to do it, it will work out. If God was the one who's bringing it to you, he's gonna bring you through it. So somebody here is taking a leap of faith. Oh God, look, after the 10 of Pentacles, it's the 8 of Wands. Somebody's traveling, there's something, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna travel, I'm gonna get on that plane, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna change my career, I'm gonna change my life, I'm gonna stop giving so much, I'm gonna stop taking so much. I'm gonna be happy for once in my life. Communication, alignment. Things happening out of fucking nowhere. You're not gonna see this coming, and it's gonna be bigger than what you thought it was. For those who are not in this, you're patiently waiting for God to bring it in. There's money here too, but you're getting love with the money. You're getting a lot more support. You're gonna be recognized for your efforts. Oh, for those of you who've done your part, who've done your work, these blessings are massive. So we're gonna see what this full moon in Libra is bringing you. That'd be funny if we get a Libra card. Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadians, Sirians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Show the world the real you, the full moon in Aquarius. Pluto is in Aquarius, right? Surrender to the divine. The full moon card. This is one of the auspicious cards in this deck. Oh my God. We're in Aries season. Full moon in Aries. See, it's full moon energy. What you need to release, what's culminating, what's like ending. A fiery climax approaches. What did I say for some of you? Be careful if you haven't been heeding the guidance about the equal give and take. Something might blow up in your face. I called it. Eclipse season is right around this full moon. This could very well be what's happening with this full moon. So someone is going to show you who they really are. Because it seemed like somebody was not really, they didn't act like they were a giver, that they didn't want to take care of people, that they weren't like looking out for people, right? Because they were disappointed when they did this. They got taken advantage of. And then you came around and they were like, wait a minute, this person is being so kind to me. I don't trust it. I don't trust it, so I'm just going to be giving them very little. And they realized that that was not the righteous and just thing to do. So, hold on, I have to light the incense again. So, there's something here about somebody has always had a kind heart, a very generous heart with the Six of Pentacles. And they didn't show that to you. They didn't want you to see that side of them. Okay? Because they thought you were going to take advantage of them. Because they were taken advantage of before. Some people have hearts of gold here. Okay? And even though what you put in, it's like, oh, I didn't really get that back. But I had somebody who was very wise. It was actually a karmic of mine who said, Jess, look at what you're getting aside from what you have done for these people. You're getting blessings from different areas. And he was right. And I'm very grateful that he brought that to my attention, because I was starting to see things differently about what I was putting in. But I was getting back way more than I expected. And I started to realize that I am worthy, that I am always enough, that I am more than enough. I am worthy of happiness, of beautiful things, of abundance, whatever it is. But I have to believe that about myself. And, you know, even if people will take advantage of me, I had to nip that in the bud, right? I had to stop getting disappointed when that would happen. Like, okay, what am I learning from this? What's the lesson here? So somebody's just, they're going to show you, you know, that they really are kind and generous. They always have been. I think somebody has moon in Taurus. I just looked at the full moon in Taurus card. So somebody, again, they're surrendering to the divine. Again, that's that full energy. Like, you know what? I'm going to trust God in this. I'm just going to jump. I'm going to go do it like Nike. Just do it like Nike. I'm not going to worry about what's going to happen when I come back around and give to this person more than what they've given you. What you've done in your life, for some of you, you're getting back way more than what you've put in your entire life. It's bigger than the Ten of Pentacles. And this person's surrendering, like, I'm trusting in God in this. Full moon in Aquarius. This card brings a message from the cosmos that you need to detach a little from whatever situation you're asking about. Someone might be keeping you at arm's length now, but it's no bad thing. It's important for you to allow life to unfold and progress, even if change seems like a frightening prospect. If you've been holding yourself back from showing the world the real you, this card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what make you special. In a relationship, are you being too aloof or detached? This is holding back and being aloof and detached here. Like wishful thinking almost. Go ahead and be yourself in whatever's coming up for you. Be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on. Don't lose the beauty and romance of life. You are too much in your head. Get into your heart. A friend needs you. Be there for them. Six of Pentacles. But remember, don't enable them. The situation is going to take a very unexpected turn. Full energy. What did I say? Every full moon is a time to release and let go, but the addition of Aquarian energy to the mix triples that message. Aquarius is the opposite of clinging, and pulling this card at any time suggests either you need to let go, or someone is thinking they are the ones who need to let go, perhaps of you. What needs to go? What is the right thing to do? What is the righteous and just thing? Fairness for both parties. Whatever happens next could be highly unconventional or unexpected. Surrender to the divine. Well, I'm getting like Frank Sinatra for whatever reason, because I was hearing him. I don't sing like Frank Sinatra, but he was kind of coming through there. All right, the full moon. Where is the full moon? The very word climax brings all sorts of ideas and images to mind. But it really is the feeling of this card. Life is coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, or a turning point. There may be some kind of change and possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. Tune into your emotions now and see what they're telling you. They're very likely close to the surface no matter when in the moon cycle you pull this card. Matters will soon conclude and you'll find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. The odds are in your favor, as this is a positive card, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. Work hard on the things that you need to work hard on. I am getting the answers I need. A wish you made may be about to come true. That's for those of you who are in alignment. That blessing's coming in, and it's bigger than what you expected. It's make or break time. There could be a sense of madness in the air. Breathe deep and stay calm. You may need to forgive someone to release negative energy. It's time to let go of the past and move on. The full moon marks the climax of the lunar cycle, making this card something of a power card. The full moon is often the time when answers are given to questions asked during the new moon. And pulling this card at any time in the lunar cycle suggests answers will be coming your way before too long. And I heard something about the full moon in Gemini. Something happened in the full moon in Gemini. Some of you may have gotten communication or something about a home, family, with that Ten of Pentacles. And you caught wind of something, or you heard about something, and you were disappointed about what you heard, something about somebody's family situation or home situation, living situation, whatever. And you're kind of like, I need to do something for that person. What can I do? There are gifts coming in. Somebody's being showered with gifts. There's no coincidence why I said at the beginning, why they had me do this, something coming behind me, right, with the Four of Cups and my car's behind me. I know what this is for me. Someone's coming in to give you support monetarily, house, car, whatever. This energy's been showing up for a while, right? A wish you may be about to come true. You wish for something. Maybe you wish for communication, and you were happy that you weren't getting the communication when you were wishing for, or you were wishing for something to change, for someone to come back around, okay? And it didn't happen. Maybe you're doing new moon and full moon intentions, guys, and it's not working out for you because either you're not in alignment or the astrology is not there for it. I've learned very hard lessons about manifesting, and my guides told me to stop doing all these rituals. Now, I'm not knocking the people who do them. If you still do them, that is for you. That's your belief. That's fine. I'm channeling what I'm being told to channel. But they told me, Jess, you don't need to do those rituals. You need to feel it here. The feeling is everything. Get excited about having the thing that you don't have. And that will bring it in further and further. And when the astrology is right, when the planets are aligned, that is what needs to happen for those things to work out in your life, guys. And it depends on where your planets are in your chart. It's got what as above, so below. Because the blessings are going to come to those of you when you're in alignment, when you're harmonious, and then you match the astrology that happens. That's why astrology is important in this. There's all full moon cards here, okay? So there's something that happened the full moon in Gemini, because I read suggest answers will be coming your way before too long. I'm getting the answers I need. It's like Mercury energy or something like that. Gemini. So we have another full moon in Aries. Look what, guys. It's time to see if you've been a little bit too much me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants. But you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too fast or overstepped the mark, I'm also hearing you've been too greedy, then accept that on some level. You've created the situation for yourself, which means you can create your way out of it too. When this card comes up, a peak is coming and it could be fiery. Be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. Being assertive is good, just don't ride roughshod over anyone. Be careful with being aggressive. If you're in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace. Don't be a baby. Sorry, this could be the issue. There's somebody, when I talked about, they're going to do everything for me, like you're being a baby. Some of you are adults, guys. Or maybe you're taking care of an adult baby. The full moon in Aries is a super fiery time when emotions can run very high. On the upside, there's excitement about what may lie ahead, but tempers are likely to flare with rash comments or decisions. No matter when you pull this card, it signals that the situation has just or is about to come to peak, perhaps in a rather heated way. There could be a price to pay if you have been too competitive or blunt. Be careful. Now is the time to get to a state of peace and balance and start finding some equilibrium in your life before the full moon in Libra and the eclipse season does it for you. Okay? It could be fiery. And this is happening in the season of Aries, in the middle of 2 new moons in Aries. If you already had the first one, the next one's coming after this full moon in Libra. All right? And if you're interested in the astrology, because I'm doing reports now for the full and new moons, what to expect, how you can navigate through these energies, what's going to be activating your connection. If you're wanting to know how to best prepare for the transits with my weekly astrology reports, I do have a weekly astrology subscription on my website, capellawellness.com. Go to Capella memberships to check that out. It's $22.22 a month, but you get guidance for every day of whatever transits are happening for that day, okay? Full moon and new moon readings will be done with those subscriptions too. I'm planning on doing videos for those, at least that's what they're telling me right now. So if you're interested, because astrology brings edge to helping you to get into alignment, guys. It gives you that upper hand, the leg up. So, be prepared, because if this fiery climax happens, you're going to be well prepared for it, because with the astrology that's coming, it could go your way or it may not. What you think it may not, okay? The link for the weekly astrology for my memberships page is in the description box, okay? If you haven't liked this video already or subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and take out the time to do so. Hit the notification bell. I do appreciate those who are subscribed or liking my stuff. I'm grateful to you. For those of you who've been watching my stuff, or you haven't been liking or anything, and it's giving you some insight and guidance. Maybe you're getting what you need to hear instead of what you want, and you're kind of getting a little bit Aries energy, a little bit frustrated, a little bit angry about it, but you know it's your story and you know something's got to change. Even hitting a like is going to put positive karma into the universe for you. It'll pay it off. Something as simple as that, guys. What was the other thing I was going to say? I also do have super thanks now. I enabled it in my YouTube channel. So if you look below, there's a heart that says thanks. If you would like to, send a word of thanks, a donation, right? Whatever it is, 6 of Pentacles, it's there now. If you look where the like button is and the share button and all that stuff, okay? So I do have super thanks enabled. Or you can send a donation or anything like that to my PayPal, my Venmo, whatever else I have there. Those links are in the description box. Or even in my wellness wish list, okay? Not wellness wish list, but it is my wish list that I have. My Amazon wish list is in the description box as well, okay? So we're going to see what your person wants to tell you. It could be what's happening with this full moon in Libra, or what your inner masculine wants you to know. This is my Divine Masculine Unspoken Words Oracle deck. It's my first ever deck. I'm very proud of this. The more you use it, the more freaking powerful it gets. But this is more about understanding your masculine, but also better understanding your inner masculine here. This is for sale. It's ready to ship. The links are in the description box below, but if you go to capellawellness.com to click on shop and my header there, and it will take you to this. I do have other decks that I have to finish working on. One's already ready to go. I just need to have the money, to be honest with you, to put that into production with my printer. Because that is my shadow deck. I have a very dark, serious shadow masculine deck. That is blunt truth at its finest. And I know when I started working with that, when my masculine was the one who told me to write all these messages, thanks to my masculine I'm grateful to you, because you gave me these messages. Which reminds me, he gave me more messages when we talked this morning telepathically, so I got to write new cards out for my other deck. He also gave me the shadow deck too, and those were hard to write, but we can't have dark without light. So this deck is not just for finding out how your person thinks, feels about you, stuff like that, guys. It's way more than that. All right, so let's see what your person wants to say to you this week, or what your inner masculine wants you to be aware of. Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadians, Sirians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. I just heard something crazy. Some of you are going to get a huge rude awakening, but there's a whole bunch of people with this full moon in Libra and eclipse. They're going to get a really, really rude awakening. They're going to really have the rug pulled underneath them with this 6 of Pentacles. God is coming in to bring balance. Finally, God's doing what he feels is fair. Oh my gosh, that full moon in Libra is going to be a kicker. What does this person want to say this week? Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadians, Sirians, please and thank you. All right. I don't know what I'd do without you. You mean everything to me. Woo! This is something that I got this morning, telepathically. So, I had a feeling it was going to show up somewhere. I want us to move in together. This has been coming up a lot, people. Okay? See, when you are still grateful, when people take advantage of you and stuff, you start looking at it from a different viewpoint. Like, why am I doing that? Why am I giving to this person so much? Because some of you are trying to give because you feel bad for the person, or you want to keep somebody communicating with you or in your pocket. But you continue to be disappointed. What are you doing? Okay? So some of you realize this, like, I need to take my power back. I need to find my own happiness. You've taught this person how to appreciate and to not worry so much. When they're being kind and generous, we're supposed to be kind regardless if people don't appreciate it or not. However, when they don't appreciate it, you cut the cord. You do something about it. You didn't get all flustered like, well, I did this for them and they're not doing anything for me. Say something. Do something about it. Stop giving so much. Watch how your life changes, guys, when you stop doing that. And when you do that, for some of you, your person is like, whoa, they were really being nice to me, and these people were being nice to me only to get something from me. And this person wasn't. And they feel really disheartened by that. They're not happy with that, and they're tired of just sitting there not doing something about it. There is a big energy of showering you with gifts. You've really taught them what equal give and take is. That being kind isn't a bad thing. That being generous isn't a bad thing. It pays off our karma. God sees the good works that we do, and He blesses us in different ways than we expect. Not everybody is going to be appreciative of what we do. I know that's so true for me, because I'm a warrior of light, and I put so much into my work, right? And it's funny because my guys are laughing at me because I'm looking at the time. And every time it's kind of like, I always think that I'm going to have like a short reading. But where I'm at now, there's no such thing as fucking short readings for Jess. Not on the Capella Wellness channel. Because what needs to come out needs to come out. There's no such thing as an hour and 2 minutes and 18 seconds. There is such a thing as guidance, as divine intelligence, as the messages that need to be conveyed. Because if you can't have the patience for it, if you're sitting there like get to the point, whatever, you're gonna miss the mark. You're not gonna get what it is that you really need as opposed to what you really want. So somebody here is starting to realize, you have really brought to my attention that doing good is a good thing, whether people appreciate it or not, right? That's on them. But you don't give to expect something. I'm only gonna be nice. I'm only gonna be donating if they give me something back. I'm only gonna be doing this for this person, time, energy, money, whatever this is, because they have to do that for me too. Absolutely not. You do it out of the goodness of your heart. You don't, your right hand does not know what the left hand is doing. It's Christ consciousness, people. Did Jesus Christ ask for a penny from anyone that He healed? Not one. He gave all that He had. But remember, He had to take time out for Himself too, to balance Him out, to prepare Him for another round of healing, for another round of sermons. That's what Christ teaches us. But He also understands what is fair and just. He's doing the righteous and just thing, but He's doing this because God has called Him to. It's the same thing for you. Helping those who need it. And Christ He wasn't rich, at least that's what we know of now. Now they're telling me something else about Christ. He was a rabbi. all rabbis were wealthy. But I don't know where this is coming from. It could very well be that Christ was wealthy. Because again, all rabbis were wealthy. But he was giving his wealth away. He didn't build a synagogue. He didn't build a temple. He was utilizing his time, his talent, his energy, his gifts. And whatever he may have made money, because he was a carpenter and he was a very good one at it, from what we know, he just gave it away. How do we not know that at some point we're missing the story? This is big here. I'm feeling it. He had all this wealth. It's like Nicodemus. When he called Nicodemus, what you will gain is far greater than what you can imagine, right? And Nicodemus had a hard time giving up that life. But he loved Jesus. He loved what he was here to do, what he was here living for. But he couldn't bring himself to follow Christ because he couldn't give up. Nicodemus got a little greedy. I like my wealth. I like my lifestyle. And what about my wife and my kids? What are people going to say? It's what happened to me. I gave up everything because God called me to do this. I gained so much peace and happiness in my life, and my health is still intact. I turned 43 in a couple of months, and people looking at me like, you're what? I don't look like it. I don't feel like it in the least bit. Everything ends up working out in my favor now. There's the light. There's confirmation right there. Everything works out in my favor, and I'm just going with the flow, and I just continue to be in a state of grace and gratitude. And I know people don't support me as much as that I had hoped they would on my channel. But that's not keeping me from doing my work. I have a bigger purpose here. And somebody sees this about you. And going back to Christ, he probably gave up everything he had to follow what God did, to be a nomad and to be stripped of everything. But look at what he gained. Look at what he did for humanity. Aquarius energy. And Pluto is in Aquarius now. This is going to be more of the people, not of the money, not of the 9-to-5 jobs. This is Christ consciousness that we are stepping into now to help. And a lot of you are being called to be on the front lines of that. It may not be what you thought. It may not be easy. I know for a fact it wasn't for me. I thought, yeah, I'm going to be doing my mission work and I'm going to be financially secure and stable doing it. No. I was like, what? But I am being blessed with some incredible images and messages. Peace, joy, bliss. I don't have to worry about commutes or filling out a timesheet or worrying about what's going on at my job or anything like that. I'm not worried about what I eat on any given day because I still can make those breakfasts every day. I'm not worried about anything. That carries its worth way more than gold does. What do you think is of worth in your life? And we said this before. I said this before. Money, peace. Money, bliss. Money, true happiness. And when you realize that you can be happy, you can be content without those material things, without the Six of Pentacles, right? Because that could be work too. My son's funny. When God sees that, that's when he gets you. He's like, oh, Jess doesn't have a 6-figure salary. She doesn't have her house in Rockville. She doesn't have these things. And by the grace of God, my car is still working. I'm telling you, that's a miracle in itself right there. Because it crapped out at the beginning of February. Like, I was talking to my aunt about it the other day. She's like, wow, I can't believe your car is still working. I said, yeah, I know. I'm telling you, God makes the impossible possible, even with cars. Even with cars. I have been driving by faith ever since I got here, guys, and I've been here for almost 6 months. Back in Florida, back in my parents' house. But anyway, the point being here is when God sees that you are happy, and even though you build the business and you do this, it's like, oh, it's not really how it worked out. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, well, what did I really gain? I gained so much more than I thought I would ever gain in my life. And we're not taught that. We're thinking that money makes us happy. Money is everything, that it brings us success. Nobody talks about peace at all. Hardly ever. True peace is what Christ came here to teach us about, to try to achieve. Kindness, generosity, and not expecting a damn thing from it. I totally could have dropped doing this channel a long time ago. But every day I pray to God about it, and I was like, I'm here for spirit and service. At some point, God's going to bless me with something that I actually wasn't asking for. It's going to be better than what I was hoping to get from doing this mission work. So, the moving in together, there's something about a gift of a house. It comes in all the time. For some of you, the wait is over. For those of you who've done the hard-ass work, and you are not this, and you're practically left with nothing, and you're still happy as a lark. That's where the blessings come in. That's where the support comes in. That's where people are going to be there for you because you're there for them, right? But it's more of they appreciate you, not taking advantage of you. But you're doing that because it's like a kindred spirit thing, like a Two of Cups thing. You are aligned. You are there for each other. Okay? And this person, yeah. Again, they see you as less fortunate than they are. They're like, I can't sit here and just not let this opportunity pass me by. I need to do something for this person because I know I can. Because this person has done so much for me. I don't know what I'd do without you. You mean everything to me. This person now understands what true wealth is. Because of some of you. I want to wrap my arms and legs around you is after that. And the top of the deck is, I want to have a family with you. That is the Ten of Pentacles. So some of you are going to marry into a very financially wealthy family. It's a financially beneficial marriage. There's a lot of money here. For those of you who are aligned, you've got to be aligned, and you cannot be like getting all huffy and puffy because somebody is giving you crumbs. Get over it. Do something about it. This does not align with this. Do not think that the tarot is going to magically change that. Absolutely not. Because everything is energy, and I'm smacking this Ten of Pentacles because it's like I'm trying to get it in some of your people's heads. Energy is everything. And the astrology will be there to make sure that this is harmonious energy right here. Balance, if you look at this, is the Capella tree. All of these pentacles are balanced. This is balanced. You have found balance in your life now. And you are at complete peace. You are in a state of equilibrium for this to come in. So again, there's family and house. You're going to get that family, that marriage that you've always wanted, the support. You're going to be building a family legacy with this person. They want to marry you. They want to have it all with you, but they know they can have way more than that. You've actually broken those ancestral patterns. You're the golden link to break free of these energies of unequal give and take, of people taking advantage of you, not appreciating you, and just like sitting around, oh, they're gonna do everything for me. That's been an ancestral pattern in my family for damn sure, and God called upon me to cut that off. No more, Jess. Okay. Ooh, it's hot. Oh, it's so pretty back there. That's why they wanted me to sit here. Oh my gosh, I'm like sweating. So, yeah. And I need a haircut. My bangs need a trim. What is this Six of Pentacles about? For those of you who are in alignment, you've just been doing your thing. You've balanced out your life. You're happy regardless of what happens. It's gonna be bigger than this. And this person wants this. There's a new home for you. Like you said, a gift of a house, a gift of marriage, a very expensive engagement ring. Not that you need an expensive engagement ring, but you're worthy of it. Somebody is giving you some serious ass gifts because you are so deserving of it. Because you've really changed them. There's your reward. There's your reward. And for those of you who've been, look what's after the family card. It's time for permanent union. Be prepared. See what I said? The union, the house, the car, the family, the everything. And more. It's the union right there. It's manifesting to the physical because of all these pentacles. It's going to be happening so fast. Everything's going to happen at once. The communication, the outpouring of emotions, you're going to be traveling a lot, or you're going to be moving, right? Moving to a new house, moving because this relationship heralds moving. There's going to be a mansion here, or like a luxurious house, okay? Could be by the water, because of the cups energy here. Could be like in a place that's very rural, like there's a lot of land and there's water in the back or something like that. I don't know, that's what I'm getting. I mean, it's going to be like the house, the cats, the dogs, everything. Generational wealth. Because some of you have broken those generational patterns. You've broken the curse, okay? Wow. And remember, just because we've got full moons here, just because I'm saying this is happening and you're seeing this card, yeah, it's finally over. Not until you say this unequal give and take is over. Not until you get into alignment with it. Not until you stop getting all huffy puffy about it and be like, well, they need to do right by me. Why isn't this happening yet? Blah, 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 blah. Absolutely not. This is not how it works. And I bet you $1 million, and I'm going to say it. There are some people who are going to, because I know what title I'm going to put here. Ah, my hair. And people are going to see the title, but when I see this, they look at the time. Oh my God. That's over an hour long? Skip. I'm not trying to manifest this, but I'm already seeing this happen. This tends to happen with a lot of things. Those are the people who are not going to get what they need to hear so that they can receive the I don't want to say more positive messages, the whole Six of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles thing. Like insane wealth, insane blessings. They'll skip over it. And guess what? there's a high chance that those people, because they don't have the time, patience, they're like, I'm not gonna watch that. It's too long. Those people have a high chance of not actually getting this stuff or getting the guidance that they need to hear to help them get into alignment with that. And I'm hearing from God, it makes him sad. Because he's putting people out there to get those messages out. Because there's too much tarot that's all like twin flame and happy this, and oh, you're gonna get this, when you really aren't, because you're not in alignment with it. It's a cold hard truth. Energy is everything. If your energy isn't through this roof, don't expect to have the insane wealth and insane blessings. God's not just gonna give it to you just because the tarot said. And a lot of people who skip over this, they're missing the greatest thing they could ever have in life, and then some. So if you made it this far, congratulations. You're one of the lucky few. But again, you gotta be in alignment. And there's a small group of you who are. It hasn't been easy. In the least bit. I know it hasn't for me. But that's why I was going to go back and do my taxes, because there's an issue with TurboTax. It's not calculating something for me. So I was getting worried about that. And God was like, no, you haven't done a reading in 3 days. Go back to what you love doing. And you can tell by my energy, I get animated, I get passionate, I get fervent about it because I love what I do. And God reveals to me some big things every time. But anyway, that is your weekly reading, guys. So, again, if you made it this far, congratulations. If you haven't liked it, please do share it with somebody who you think needs to hear this, okay? Again, my super thanks is there. I do have donations for PayPal, Venmo, and CashApp further in the description box, or I have a wish list there where you may want to purchase a gift for me if you would like. Maybe early birthday gift, because it's coming up. It's June 3rd, in case you didn't know. Some of you do, but most of you don't. Anyway, guys, yeah, thank you so very much for watching this video, for sticking with me through this, and for being patient enough to watch it. You guys are troopers. Yeah, so just know that you can have these amazing things. Watch your energies, okay? There's some depression for somebody. I know who you are, but see past that. See what it is that you're getting out of this, okay? Don't forget about my weekly astrology subscriptions, guys. The astrology is going to be everything. It's going to give you a leg up, give you an edge. I'm probably going to be doing those videos for the full moon in Virgo, in Libra. We already had that. So look out for that. Again, the link for this weekly astrology subscription, you can click on Capella memberships at capellawellness.com, or you click on the link below. For that, it's in the Capella membership section. I think I put text in there to explain. Anyway, yeah, and if you don't already know, I do personal readings and I have tarot packages. There is a spring discount for all of spring. Spring 10 for 10% off all of my services, all my readings. And spring PKG 10 for 10% off of my tarot packages. And all my tarot packages, my spiritual growth packages, I didn't change it yet. They already have discounts in them, so you're getting it added 10% off. Okay? There's an understanding the feminine package there. Understanding the masculine package, your Akashic records, your past life stuff, coaching packages. Make the most of it. Still spring. It's something new. We're investing in ourselves. And we're going to get big things out of that. Okay? Whatever investment you make in yourself, God will return that to you and way more than you think. Okay? Watch who you become. The coupon codes are in the description box, okay? All right, guys. I'm pretty sure dinner is already done. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might go to the beach after this. I don't think my son's gonna want to go, but I'll ask him anyway. I'm supposed to go to the beach every week, but I haven't been yet. But let me see, because I'm kind of already worrying about the taxes when I really shouldn't, because I'm still ahead. But I'm thinking about something else. But anyway, all right, guys. Don't forget to illuminate that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching this. Have a fantastic week. Remember, you make the week. Nobody else does. All right? And God willing, I will see you in the next one. This is Jess from Capella Wellness. Starring out.